What's up? Oh my god, I sat down right as the song was ending. That never happens. That's the tight shit. Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? Super good, I hope. I was just that's tweet. Hold up. Let me make sure everything's working. I think it is. I think we're good. It's very like ethereal looking, which is not what I was going for, but that's okay. Clarky's okay. Yeah, she woke up yakking a little bit and continued to do some yakking in the morning. Which was not great. But once she was able to like get some food in her, she was okay. So fingers crossed. She fell right to sleep. I think she's all right, but Sam has been informed of everything, so he knows to keep an ear out and an eye out. Has she been sick much before? No, she's been sick like this before when she was much younger. But it wasn't just like this. It wasn't like a full-on sickness. It was like something upset her stomach, which I think is what this is. Something upset her stomach and she just needed to get it out. And literally the last like couple of hours, she was mostly okay. But the reason that I pushed the stream was because she was finally able to eat something. And when I was like, it's time for a nap, she was like, but I'm still eating. And so I was like, okay, let's just make sure that we eat everything that we want to eat. Hi, Subbo. I know. Sweet Babu. Oh, Summer, I didn't send you my token. Son of a bitch. I don't even know where I saved it. Shit. Oh, I think this is it. Hold on. I'll forget if I don't do this right now. Let me know if that's it. I just shot it to you. Yeah, well, I've been trying to make the spreadsheets for all my characters because it just makes it a lot easier to just consolidate the information that I need every time I play. I can't do it with Zach because that's it. Wonderful. I offloaded the token and I have no idea. Map Tools is such a shit show for me. I have no idea how to see any of his stats, like nothing. So I was like, okay, that's fine. But Summer, so that they know how to find it. So I'm going to get all those deets. Very jazzed. Okay, let's pop this. Oh. It's fine. I could have done a wow, 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 wow. You know, if I was a better quality memer, like Octo, I would have that song queued up and ready to go. With as often as I reference it. I would just have a button on a stream deck that just played that song. Sketchybox, thank you very much for subscribing. We can't all be Octo. It's true. There can only be one. To those of you asking about Tell Me Why, I do want to play it. I don't know if I want to play it on stream. But yeah, I definitely want to play it. And what was the other one? Bright Paw. Have I played that? Oh, shit. We don't need another chucking our coffee everywhere situation. No? Narrative puzzle game in which you play as Theo, the cat of a typically British supervillain who has just been murdered. Holy shit. That sounds great. We don't. I don't. 3 times in the last month is too many. That's too many times to spill hot coffee everywhere. Oh, Octo and I are talking about playing Among Us. Yeah. JP invited me to the Boomer group, but it's tonight and I have other shit going on. Misdemeanor. So. Octo hasn't changed his Twitter name in ages. I guess he's shitpostradamus forever. It's true. He sure is. I don't know. Hasn't Among Us been out for like a few weeks now? Or a couple of weeks? Octo! Oh my gosh, he's even here. It's been out for years? What? Really? Then I have no frickin' idea. No idea. Out since 2018. No clue. No clue. Oh my god, you found that shit so fast, Summer. Oh, those aren't my invocations anymore. There's definitely a couple things that I need to add to it. Like, I don't think he ever put shatter in there. I don't have sorry. I should just type this to you. I'll type this shit to you later. If you want to play Among Us, just let me know. That's what I was just saying, that you and I were talking about playing it. We need to get a group together, though. Everybody's been playing it. If we play with somebody who's played recently, they will have a leg up. And that's not fair. We need to make sure that we're all equally shitty. Unless you've played recently, Octo, in which case I can't play with you either. Noobs only. I played one game. You're out. You're out of the team. I guess I'm on my own. I will be all of the Among Us bunnies. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Octo. I know Summer played. Summer played with all of the tier group. It's fine. I'm fine that our group isn't at the camp. It's fine. It's fine. Among myself. Among myself. That's what I will label it. My tent mate. I can't be your tent mate. I'll get murdered. I didn't realize that Saren was so like heavily desired by so many people. I can no longer be your tent mate. I'll die in my sleep. Watch out for Arcadum. He can see through people like water. I mean, I think that a good DM can recognize the right ways to push a player's buttons in like a good way, right? Not in like a I want to upset them way, but in like, what does this player struggle with? I think good DMs are able to notice that in people. In a I want to challenge them way. Exactly. Yeah, no spoils. No spoils for any of the D&D games. Oh, but side note, we added to the community Discord, we added a D&D spoiler channel. Because I was like, oh, people like want to talk about it, but they're not sure where to put it. Like I keep seeing it in different places. So I was like, let's just make a D&D spoiler channel. And now, and there everybody's like, wait, but we need to tag which game we're talking about and probably still put the spoiler bars around it. So I feel bad, but I feel like it's a little, I feel like it's too much to be like, here's the misdemeanor spoiler channel and here's the Strange Road spoiler channel. I don't think that that's necessary, but yeah. You could just name it D&D channel. But then it's I specifically wanted it to be a place for people to talk about like the show games. So it's along with all of the other like stream channels. I'll definitely play Silk Song, yeah. How are you all doing? Okay? I didn't tweet. I'm going to do that really fast. Ah, yes. Clean hair. It gets everywhere. Okay, done. Done, I did it. Oh, thanks for being awesome. I've been a lurker for years and I wanted to say hi. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the biddies. Call me Trim Tab. Happy 1 year. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody else who's been subbing and resubbing this morning. The tile flooring is getting done right now. Yo, I've always wanted to tile a floor. There's like a short list. It's a long list. There's like a short list in my brain of these are things that look like they would be really satisfying to do. And one of them is putting tile either on a backsplash or like on the floor because you use those little spacers. I want to do it. It's not very fun, but what if it is? But what if it is instead? Sam is the opposite of this. He doesn't want a house that needs any fiddling. He doesn't want to do anything with the house. He just wants to move in and be like, it's done. And I'm I'm the person who's like, we could get this house that's a piece of shit. And then I can learn how to do a tile backsplash. I used to lay tile and it's super fun. See, I think it just depends on the person. What if tiling is your true calling in life? What if? I have. Pretty much anytime Shannon tweets a like, here's how I redid this room. It looks gorgeous. So I didn't even need to look at the photos, really. I didn't even need to look at the pictures to know it was going to be beautiful and probably in like some very pretty neutral tones with gold accent pieces. Are you planning on having any carpet? Well, this house has carpet everywhere. We're probably not going to get this house, but this house has carpet everywhere, which I adore carpet, honestly. I love it just because it's nice and squishy on your feet, but it's not great with animals. I will manifest that you will get that house. Bless you. Bless you. Yeah, Sam was talking about it on his stream. I had been kind of vague about it because Sam is handling all of that and I didn't want to really like talk about it and have people go to his stream being like, I heard that shit's going fucking sideways with this house. How do you feel? Because it would give him heart palpitations. But yeah, essentially the owner of this house, like in the shortest way to say this possible, the owner of the house was like, I want to sell the house. You need to buy it now or get out. And we are having a lot of trouble getting a mortgage because we have lived in America for a long time. So, so we're like, okay. It's still not like 100% sure that we can't do something, but it's looking very bad. So currently, we're looking at other places and trying to figure out what's going on there. We're month to month right now. So, but renters do have tons of rights here, and we've done everything right since we moved in. So if we were like, hey, we need more time because this is also our place of business and blah, 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 like we will move, but we can't just like pick up and leave in the next month. If he tried to get rid of us, it would be very difficult for him. So so yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But I appreciate all the good vibes in chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Pardon my French, but this guy's an asshole for doing this during a pandemic. Yeah. I agree. I agree. But what can you do? It's his house. Yeah, I'm a glass half full person, right? So I'm the sort of person who's like, well, if we don't get this house, it means that we're just meant to have a different house, and whatever house we find in the future is going to be way better than this house, and or not necessarily even better, just like better for us, right? We just aren't meant to be here. It's fine. And Sam is like, I don't want to deal with 6 fucking months of trying to get internet set up again. I'll lose my goddamn mind. So we're in like different places, mentally. I'll get the 640 gang together. Thanks, guys. Palpitations. I learned a new word. You're welcome. This coffee is good. I nailed it today, which is hilarious because I eyeballed it and I did not fill it up. Normally I do a full pot. I did not do a full pot today because I know that Sam is going to need a little bit of extra sleep. But I only filled it up to like here-ish. And I was just like, I'll just toss in as much coffee as I think makes sense, and then we'll see how it goes. And it's delicious. What a delight. Aw, thanks, guys. What is 640? Ask Octo. He developed it. He developed this whole thing. Oh, Summer, stop. Thanks, bud. This is your legacy. My fridge died. I've resorted to using Coffee Mate in tea. Oh my god, I've never used Coffee Mate in tea before. I would love to, though. Dorime. A fancy French press? This? Yes, this is a French press, but it's not fancy. I got it at Sainsbury's for not a whole lot of money. But it actually is pretty, like, it's pretty thick, so it keeps it hot for a really long time, which is great. So I've been loving it. It's done right by me so far. Cannot complain. Oh, I keep forgetting to grab the other patch. To show it, the the tree climber patch for Clarky's jacket. I need to add those new patches to it. A lady saw her jacket and was like, oh my god, where did you get that? And I was like, it's just a jacket I got on Amazon, and then I bought a bunch of wholesome patches. And she was like, oh, that's so smart. Like, it never occurred to this sweet lady. It never occurred to them, like, I could just buy patches. I could just buy patches and put them on whatever I want. I felt like I planted a seed yesterday. It felt like I planted a seed yesterday. Yes, a seed of knowledge. I'm about to make my first ever attempt at gumbo. You have to let us know how it is because I adore gumbo. Oh, that would actually be incredible. If I went to the store next time and walked in and saw this same person and they were wearing like a backpack just covered in patches, I'd be like, I changed their life. The EU shipping prices for Dodger coffee have gone down. Bless you, David. Mwah. Mwah. That's great. Is this new raccoon emote made by a viewer? It is Brett Ultimus's emote. He and I did a trade. So he did Doog Wobble, I think. So he added Doog Wobble and I added Big Rack. I also took Strip Wobble, and I don't think Sam has taken Doog Wobble yet, which is breaking my heart, so it's fine. It's just, if one day we're in court, I will bring it up. I know. Unreal. They go together so well. Look at them! They're so asynchronous. I love it. Is it just a raccoon drumming? It's just rolling. It's just rolling out. Yeah, if you're on mobile, I guess you can't see it. It's just a big raccoon really slowly like rolling. Just rolling. It's very cute. Doing a little tumble. I added Pug Please and I've never been happier. I don't know what that is. I feel like every day somebody's coming into my chat and being like, when are you gonna add this BTTV emote? And it's always something I've never seen in my goddamn life. Hold on. I refuse to add that. I refuse to add it. It is great, but I refuse to add it. Octo, you're playing Hades right now? Nice. Bork Cool is my child. It says you're playing Hades, Octo. Hold on, I have to look up Bork Cool now. It looks like there are no matches for your search. Summer, are you sure? I know it's your kid and all, and you should know what it's called, but... Super Bread, happy 2 years. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for begging for clap, but now we can clap. It's true. I don't regret clap. Summer, I'm gonna VIP you. You add bear guitar and I'll add an emote of your choice. No. Summer was a VIP. It didn't show up as VIP for me for some reason. Why does everyone hate bear guitar? I mean, out of all of the emote possibilities, I just don't, where can you see them? You can go to the BTTV website, Better TTV, and you can just search through all of the emotes. Do you have to be logged in to do that? I don't know. I DM'd Bork Cool to you. All right, hit me with this shit. Oh, what a cool popper, though. All right. That's my actual dog. That's very good. Where'd you get that Sick Ranger shirt? Oh, it's a game t-shirt. It's dope. It says, obey no law but nature. And then it has a fucking skull getting shot on it. It's sick. I keep thinking I should get one for Sam, but I don't know which class to get him. All of the shirts. Their shirts are really nice, and their designs are awesome. Feels wallet overheating. Side note, speaking of wallets overheating, I haven't mentioned it the last couple of streams, but our Cat Gang store is live again. It lives! Very excited. We have a mask and a shirt that are up there as charity buys. So all of the proceeds for those shirts go to United Way Worldwide. And then we have a couple of our like shirts from before that were in the old store back in there, as well as some pins and an old patch and stuff like that. But oh, and a new shirt. There is another new shirt as well. Are you gonna sell the Cat Gang hoodie soon? I lost my original one. I will definitely want to sell the Cat Gang hoodie again, yeah. Game tea. Hold on. Here, I'll just link you to their Ranger collection. But this is their website. Their stuff's great. I've worked with them for a long time, or like known them for a long time. They used to sell some like Dodger merch stuff, actually. They've moved much more toward like really cool RPG and gaming stuff. But yeah. Yeah, they made the first like Dodger Coffee shirt before Dodger Coffee existed. It was like a fake concept for a fake coffee company. And now here we are. Cat Gang dice sets when? Dude, that would be so sick. I would love to do that sort of a thing. But let's be honest, there's so many people doing incredible dice sets. It's not a market that I feel like we can compete in. I'm watching Strange Roads for the first time. Enjoy. I hope you like it. Yeah, tonight is Misdemeanor, so that's our pirate game. And then tomorrow is Godforged. That's the Fabia game. My Fabia picture is turning out fucking sick. I feel totally fine saying that. I'm really proud of it. It's turning out really good. I'm really, really happy with it. Did you like the crossover episode? So, do you remember when Octo, do you remember when I messaged you and I was like, I swear to God, if they take forever just like making gear and learning spells and shit, I'm gonna lose my mind. So literally right after you guys like made eye contact, I fucking fell asleep. So I have no idea how the crossover went. I gotta be honest with you, I have no clue. Octo is in another one of the Brett games, which are the like IO games. And they had a crossover episode with Arcane Academy. So this is All King is your guys' game, right? So All King and Arcane Academy had like a crossover episode, but like I think it was a secret from the Arcane Academy group. So he was trying to just gently be like, okay, and now we should move on, right? And they were like, well, first we want to do this, 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 and this before we go. And he was like, yeah, that's fine. And I was messaging Octo like, oh my God, they're going to be in there forever. So yeah, I fell asleep like the second that it was like, your paths cross. So I have no idea how it went. I hope it went well. Their dice are really nice too. Sorry, going back to Game Tea. My Valentine's gift from Sam was one of their dice boxes and then a dice set. And Clark loves them and she calls them her roll rolls. She calls them her roll rolls and she has to play with them all the time. And we're still learning how to just roll them instead of fucking chuck them across the room. But she loves them. The other thing that is ever so slowly starting to click is that there are numbers on them. So we'll roll like a D10, right? And I'll be like, what number did you get? And she always looks like so confused. I know. She loves numbers. For context, adores numbers. So like this game will get way cooler once you realize we can compete. We can roll it and see like who gets what number. But I got a thing in the mail from Game Tea that was like here's a discount code, you know, if you're interested in buying any more dice or whatever. And I was like, oh, sick. And Clark found it. She goes, oh, Mommy, more roll rolls. And it made me go, I'll buy you lots of roll rolls, Clarky. I'll buy you so many roll rolls. Mommy, my numbers. Yes, it's that. Mommy, my numbers. I forgot about that. When we played a game called Murder by Numbers, which is dope, by the way. We played a game called Murder by Numbers, which is a Picross game. I love Picross. Clark came to visit while we were doing a Picross puzzle. And when it was time for her to go, she started screaming, Mommy, my numbers. Like she didn't want to leave. Oh, cute. It's cute shit. I'm okay with her rebelling from Sam and I and being like, I do mountain climbing now. I'm okay with that. As long as she's happy. I've never wanted a kid. These stories make me question it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it's so rewarding and so fun. But like, I think that, and I try to say this all the time, but I think that it's perfectly okay to be like, I adore kids and I want to hang out with them and I do not want one. Because it's a lot of extra shit. The second they're yours, it's a lot of extra shit. It's okay to be like, I'm going to be the cool auntie or uncle or beautiful in between and not have one. That is super duper okay. Hopefully one of my siblings will have a kid. I'm waiting patiently. Kids get easier in their 20s. I never like really rebelled. Like not like really outwardly rebelled. I'm trying to think what my like hardest years were for my parents, really. Probably middle school, because that's when I started just being like, you know what, I hate school. And my parents would be like, you're very smart, please get good grades. And I was like, okay. And then would just hide all my progress reports and report cards. And they'd be like, that's so weird that we never got those. And I'd be like, yeah, that is very weird. Wow, where did that go? That's probably the most like stressful that I was to them. But I never did anything dangerous. I just dyed my hair weird colors and like didn't do well in classrooms. Yeah, I think there was a little bit of that for me as well, because I was the youngest and my sister rebelled really hard. And my brother is more of like a melancholic sort of personality. So he like had a lot of feelings but didn't really know how to talk about them. He's a very like beautiful, sensitive musician, artist type of person. So for him, he just wanted to play music all the time and not talk to anybody, which is fine. But I think like, yeah, once I came around, they were like, please just, you got this, bud, you can do it. And I was like, yeah. Your brother's a whole mood. He's great. He's lovely. We tease him all the time, like, we'll hear from Jared in the next year or so. It'll be fine. He's like, well, I'm not that bad, guys. He's just the sort of person that you text and like, you probably won't hear back for a very, very long time. And we're all fine with it because we know that he's just like in the zone. He's just making art and shit, and, just like in his world. Yeah, see? There's lots of Jareds. There's lots of Jareds out there. If you have a Jared in your life, typically trying to put pressure on them to respond to you doesn't do anything. It's better to just be like, that's how their brain works, right? You either have a Jared or you are a Jared. Yeah, I think so. I think most people probably are a Jared or have a Jared. Yeah. I think that my siblings and I were a good spread of personalities. My sister and I are both kind of loud, brash people. But my sister is like, I will go to bat for you about anything. Like, nobody messes with you. That kind of a person, you know, who's just like got your back no matter what. She was the eldest, and she like fully incorporated that, right? And still to this day feels that way. And then my brother was like very quiet and sensitive and beautiful, and like everybody was in love with him. And then there was me, and I was like, I don't know. I was a theater kid, you know, and I was friends with everybody, but didn't have a lot of like actual close friends, and kind of kept to myself. And when the three of us are together, we balance each other really well, I think. I was the goodest boy until I couldn't take it anymore and dropped out. You're not alone. Oh my God. One of my really close friends in high school was totally one of those people where everybody was going, oh my God, he's just like crushing it, has been getting good grades forever. Like, what a perfect kid. He's going to go so far and do so much stuff. And then went to university and was like, I can't handle this. It's too, like, this has been too many years in a row of me like having to be perfect. Like, I can't do it anymore, and dropped out. You're not alone. It happens. You got to do what's best for you, right? Got to pursue what makes you happy. Weren't you going to collab on a song with your brother? Yeah, he completed his part. You won't be surprised. He completed his part. All that's left is for me to sing a thing. As with many projects currently, all that's left is for me to fucking sing a thing, and then it's done. My older sister literally went to circus school. Incredible. Let's get to it then. I know. The lady who, my like old waxing lady who I adored, she had such like strong mom energy. I loved her. Every time I got to see her, it was like, oh my gosh, Dish, how's your life? Her daughter, I loved hearing stories about her daughter, because her daughter like was doing, I think, fashion school, and then came home one day and was like, Mom, I've decided that I want to be a hook performer, which is like people who like hook into their skin and then like hang from it. And she was like, oh, okay, is that safe? And she was like, yeah, it's very safe, as long as, you know, you just have to make sure that you're safe about it, but it's totally safe. I would love it if you would come and see me perform. And she was like, okay. She was like, I went and watched her perform, and it was a little scary because, you know, it was my baby, but I'm very proud of her. It's, you know, she was being very brave. And I was like, oh, it's so sweet that she went. I loved it. And then immediately followed it up with, did I tell you that she's the most incredible piercer? She's done all of my ear piercings. It's a very supportive mom, right? I was like, damn, I love it. Hold on. Let me wait. It says focus is off, but I feel like it keeps blipping. Maybe not. She shouted at her mom while hooked. She's like hanging there having this like spiritual performance going on, and then it's like, that's my mom. I fucking love that though. That's very cute. Yeah. That woman sounds like someone I would randomly work with here in Portland. Oof. How is Portland right now? My parents have, I've said this already a couple of times on stream, but for any of you who are typically only here for like a Saturday morning Dooger, my parents have evacuated. Our hometown is in like a red zone, so it's like no one can be here. It is deadly here. So my parents are staying with my sister currently. Everybody in my family is in a safe zone right now. So we're just hoping nothing happens to the farm. But like I keep saying, it's more important that my family is safe. The farm can be rebuilt. It's okay. Yeah, my whole family lives in Oregon. All of them. Yeah. Yeah. So they're okay right now. No. No. We didn't have any animals. I mean, we didn't have any animals, but like we literally live in the middle of the woods. So yeah, there are tons of animals there, and hopefully they all booked it. But yeah. What would be your career if you were not a streamer or a YouTuber? Did you have anything else on the board back in the days? Yes. Chat, what was I going to go for if YouTube didn't work out? Quiz. An armor smith. There it is. Yeah. I have a degree in specifically props and costume crafts. And there's a school in Ohio that focuses on armor and weapons, and that's what I was going to do. Is learn how to make armor and weapons for film and for stage plays. I know. It was going to be tight. It was going to be dope as hell. I suppose this is still dope as hell, but yeah, it would have been rough because it would have been like a fellowship program for a master's degree. So I literally would have just like lived there, right? It would have been, this is where you do your school. This is also where you work. And sometimes you get to sleep. Probably would have been my life for a few years there. But I would be making armor and weapons now, which would have been pretty tight. I'm a LARPer. I could have bought armor from you. Could have been. I don't even remember. I made, we did Henry V. And I had to make all of the armor for Henry V. But it was like, we made a mold. It was like the jankiest way. We made a mold of like a chest piece and then just cast it like over and over and over and over again. And then took really thick foam and just lined the entire thing with foam. So that is the extent of armor work that I've had to do. A lot of the sort of costuming things that they brought me in to do were things like I had to make an entire chicken suit out of garbage bags, and which turned out sick, by the way. I did a skeleton. That was really, really fun. We used like batting that you would use for a quilt, and like dipped it in glue and then would like stretch it across a pre-made skeleton to look like skin, and then painted it. It was sick. That was so cool. That was actually really, really fun. I still have some pictures of working on that. And then I had to make a satyr costume. The worst. That sucked so much. So it was basically, if any of you have ever bought one of those like make a rug kits, you have like a little puncher, right? And you just like punch through and pull bits of yarn through. So imagine doing that for a 6'5" man from here down for the entirety of his legs. It took so long. How did you do the hooves? What did we wind up doing? If I recall correctly, he walked in heels. So we took a set of heels and we basically like built a hoof around a heeled shoe. So it was like this and then went up like that, up his calf. If I recall correctly. I have a deal for you. Okay. Yeah, they were all used in shows. Yeah, these were all things. This was some of the way that my degree worked is I had to be working on at least one production every semester. And I was usually working on more than one because I don't know. I use my business degree. I'll do your taxes. You use your degree. Make me armor for my wedding one day so I can be a battle bride. Totally. I'm in. That sounds amazing. Sounds like an internship in Ashland. Oh my God. I have friends who interned at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and they were like, it is dire out there. Not in terms of like they need people, in terms of the people that work there have worked there forever, and they're all fucking like jaded and mean. I'm sure this doesn't apply to everybody, but I have 2 different friends that went to internship there, and both of them were like, everybody is just like, they don't like theater anymore. They don't like, all they do is bitch about other people that work there. There's nothing nice to say ever, which is a very common trope of like costume shops, right? Is that everybody there is just miserable and like just spends the whole day like in this weird costume dungeon making shit and just bitching. But like like my friend Leah, who is one of the sweetest people in the world, went out there and was like, I got so depressed out there. Like they had nothing nice to say ever. Mortals are too scared to take my hand in marriage. Do you have a favorite piece you made and or kept? I'm really sad that my mask made out of baby faces broke. I will forever be sad about that. But I'd like to remake that though. I'd like to remake it as an actual like cool armor piece. I think that would be sick. My like thesis project was I made a bunch of different masks, and they were supposed to represent like things about my journey through university, etc. And I made a mask that was literally I cut up baby doll faces. I did a mold of my own face, and then I cut up baby doll faces and I put them all over it, and then I spray painted it black aside from the eyeballs. It was really good. It was really good, and I want to like expand on that idea. It was really cool. My professors were like, that's fucking weird. A plus, because it's theater. We love cursed items in this chat. Yeah, the ones that I still have. Well, my mom, I made one for my mom it was leather. I had never worked with leather before, so it was one of those, it was a part of the project that was supposed to be like, I'm learning how to use new materials, right? It was the first year, side note. Up until this point, everyone had to write papers. And then the year that it was my turn, like my group's turn to graduate and do our thesis projects, they were like, this doesn't make any sense. We have kids here that are getting a degree for directing, kids that are doing prop work, kids that are doing lighting, performers, right? Why are they writing papers? That doesn't make any sense. We should have them pitch an idea that focuses on what they learned. And so I was like, I really like masks. Can I just make more masks? And they were like, could you focus that idea a bit more? It's like, okay, can it be about like my big, you know, can they be masks that like represent aspects of myself or something? And they were like, sure, that sounds good. That sounds theatery. No, this was Western Oregon University. So the two universities that offer bachelors of fine arts in theater are Western Oregon University and Southern Oregon University. And I got into the fine arts program for acting. And the idea with a fine arts program is you are saying, I love this thing and I know I want to do it, this specific thing. I know that I want to do this specific thing for the rest of my life. And I'm good, right? Like, I want to go hard on this thing. So I'm acting in shows, but then I'm also having friends come to me and be like, hey, do you think that you could do the sound design on this show? And I was like, sure. Hey, do you think you could make a prop for this? Sure. Right? So I'm actually working on like three or four shows at a time. And not focusing on acting. And they finally sat me down and they were like, we don't feel like this is a good fit for you. Keep in mind, they only accepted 2 people into the program that year. So suddenly it was down to 1 person. Suddenly it was down to just 1 person for our year that got into the program. Because they were like, you're very talented, but you don't just want to act. You want to do all of this shit, which is great. One of my professors gave like a weird... I loved all of my professors. They were so kooky. But one of them gave like a weird kind of speech at this sit down where he was like, acting is a very difficult and troubled road. It's the sort of thing I wouldn't wish on anyone. And so if you've realized that acting on its own is not for you, then you should count yourself lucky. Like that kind of a thing. And I was like, all right. So yeah. It's drama. It's dorama. What are you gonna do? I feel bad. Actually, I'm just remembering that he messaged me being like, hey, could you write a thing to the school, basically. It wasn't a, hey, could you give us money? It was a, hey, do you think you could write a thing to the school saying like that you really appreciated the theater program here? Because I guess they're having trouble with funding right now, which sucks. He acted his acting speech. He acted always 300% of the time. He sent it to me like just the other day. And I said, sure, I would love to. And I have not followed up with the actual thing. Who was he in real life? We'll never know. You don't do acting, you live acting. Exactly. See, you should have gone into the Bachelor of Fine Arts program. Oh, fuck. Yep. Sorry, this is a very long way of explaining to you. Yeah, I wanted to make armor. That's what I was going to do. That was my plan, was to apply to that fellowship and make armor. And then I did YouTube instead. We got really off track, but that's okay. Yeah, there was a point. There was a point to this. There is a reason we got here. I did. I did make armor. I made. One of the other big projects I had to do was. Oh my god, we did a play that was. To Kill a Mockingbird, but adults played all of the kids. I'm sorry. Some of you have heard this already, so you already know the punchline. But adults played all of the kids, and they held puppets that looked like child versions of themselves. And at the point in the story where they had to leave their childhood behind and realize that things were not all sunshine and roses, they dropped the puppet. I made those puppets. Which was super fun. I got to work with like expanding foam for the first time and do lots of sculpting and stuff. I love shows like that. It was super fun. It was really fun to go and watch it later. I love shit like that. Was that The Amazing Show? One of my like best friends at the time, Sarah, my friend that I used to chug egg flour soup with, Sarah, and that I did the 4-pack ramen challenge with. So Sarah and I think it was that show. Sarah and I went to that show, and when the lights went out at the very end of the play, somebody on the other side of the room went, "Amazing!" And I will remember that for the rest of my life. So nearly every show that we went to together after that was another part of the degree, was we were supposed to be like seeing a show every semester. So every time we went to a show together, there would be a point where she'd lean over and go, "Amazing," to me. It always fucking killed me. Yeah. Theater. It's fun. I miss it. I miss it all the time, to be honest. I need to, once everything is like open and safe and all of those other modifiers, I need to go see some shows out here. I love morning Dooger streams. I'm so glad. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I majored in music. I had a blast. I miss playing that much every day. Yeah, that was by far the most productive artistically that I've ever been, was in college. Because they had me, again, like I was having to work with materials I had never heard of all the time. And, you know, fucking directors are like, what? I know that we only have a week left, but what if instead of the villain, it was a dragon? And occasionally the person who runs the costume shop would go, "Yeah, we can do that." And then come back and go, "Guess what? We're making a dragon." And then you want to fucking vomit. So there were so many times that we would wind up just having to figure it out. And you felt so great if you could figure it out. Occasionally you had to go back and be like, this is not realistic. We cannot do this. We cannot do this. So. Yeah, just the same costume, but we've stitched dragon into the front of it. It's conceptual. You all like that, right? You're all really into high concept shit, right? I never had to make a dragon, no. It was an example, but... Oh, my BFA is in ceramics. I'm able to be part of a great local studio. I just got my first kiln. I have never done ceramics before, and I would love to. My nephew did ceramics for years. Again, context information. My nephew is my age. He did ceramics for years. I still, in this house, like, have some of the stuff that he made. And I... like, every time he would make something and be like, here you go, I'd be like, fuck, I want to do that. I want to do that. That looks so fun. But I just love, like, I just like making stuff, you know? I've always wanted to learn glass blowing because of cannabis since I work in that industry. I have a friend who made her own pipe. It was wonky as hell, but she committed and did it. Yes, this is Weed Flag Nephew. Yes, exactly. Wait, how did you go from making props in Oregon to YouTubing in LA? I was making my YouTube videos. Okay, so I had one class left to get my degree, and I was working on a farm at the time. And my friend encouraged me to start doing YouTube. And at the time, YouTube gaming, there weren't really... Well, number one, you couldn't make money off of it. And number two, so it wasn't like a, man, I would love to be rich. It wasn't that, like, this is before you could monetize stuff with game content in it. And he was like, you know, you did like acting and shit. Like, I bet you'd be really good at YouTube if you wanted to do something on YouTube. And so I was looking at, gaming YouTube, and I was like, man, it's like a bunch of dudes. Like, I don't see a whole lot of consistent content from, like, women or, like, feminine people really at all. So I was going, okay, maybe I could make some kind of, like, a show about the industry, like some kind of a news show. And so I tried to do that and got feedback from a couple of people each time I uploaded to try and get better over time. And then it was not that long after that I was contacted by David, who is my business partner with the coffee company now. So this is how long I've known David, right? David was like, hey, I work at a studio called Maker. We're trying to come up with a gaming vertical. And like, I know that you're still starting out, but it seems like you've got like a cool concept here. And we're actually like bringing your friend out. This was Husky. We're actually bringing Husky out to be part of the gaming vertical. Would you be interested in doing the same thing? And I was like, what does that entail? And he was like, you would basically move to Los Angeles and like work here in like our business development area. You would be like our networking person. And in the meantime, you know, you can use any of our resources that you want to work on stuff for your channel and hopefully grow, right? And I was like, holy shit. Because up until this point, I was going, all right, I'm going to apply to this fellowship, probably not get it. And then I'm going to work in a coffee shop and get an internship at a theater. And maybe that'll work out and maybe it won't. Because that's what a lot of my friends were doing, right? The friends that were like still really pursuing theater, it was all unpaid stuff. So I was like, okay, I might be really broke for a while here, but it's okay. I love theater. It's fine. And then suddenly I was being offered like a salary to work somewhere and move to Los Angeles and all that. And I was like, okay. And I talked with my parents about it and they were very supportive. My mom was like, you're not going there by yourself, right? Your friend is also going. So that makes us feel better. And it would be a great adventure. Like, are you going to have an opportunity to do something like this again? Probably not. So yeah. So picked up and left. One of the first videos I watched was you etching Zerg symbols into glass. I need to do more etching projects, dude. Etching is super fun. Yeah, Husky and I went to high school together. So I've known him since 2002. Yeah, I think I met him in 2002. Yeah, we haven't talked in a really long time, but I met him in high school. I do want to change up my hair. Part of me wants to do, a while back when I did that like really dark purple color, it sort of faded into a brown, so it wasn't interesting for long, but I really liked that like super dark purpley color. Part of me wants to do that again. It's fall, right? Go dark. Yeah, absolutely. Everything works out the way that it's supposed to. I can sit here and be like, it would have been so cool if I knew how to make armor and weapons and stuff. That would have been sick. And it would have, but it wouldn't have created the series of events that would have led me to meet Sam, or that would have, done all of this incredible stuff for me. So there are lots of different paths we could take. There's an alternate universe me that is just like ripped as fuck blacksmithing the shit out of her life. That's great. I'm rooting for her, but I'm very delighted to be where I am now. You still have time to get ripped? I do. I'm still young. You should make a blacksmith character in D&D. An artificer would be good for a blacksmith character. I can't remember which subclass it is for artificer. The one that's like, I can make your armor way better. Just give me armor and shit and I'll make it better. What is that called? Battlesmith. That sounds right. That'd be pretty sick. Or a forge cleric? Oh, I have no idea what that is. There's a new artificer coming out that's basically Iron Man. Who was telling me about that? Somebody was mentioning that to me. It's a cleric, but also a forge. Great. I don't even need to look it up. I know, a lot of time has gone by. Forge Cleric is Xanathar's guide? It is? Wild. I'm surprised because I've looked through Xanathar's guide so many times now. Because I'm pretty sure that's where Swashbuckler and Storm Sorcerer are, which my misdemeanor character is a Storm Sorcerer. What are we talking about? We were talking about blacksmithing, and somebody was like, you can make a blacksmith D&D character. And now we're talking about what classes could be a blacksmith, basically. Basically clerics that worship gods who create armor and weapons. Usually dwarves. Can be other races, too. Oh, interesting. I'm not allowed to make characters in D&D because you get too into it, or catching your stream for the first time in a while. How's the baby? She's okay. She's a little sick today. Her tummy was upset this morning, so we were a little yucky, but yeah. I cried so much at the end of Spiritfarer and the middle and the beginning. It's a good game. It's a great game. Highly recommend. I want to make a Warforged Ranger called Gloctimus Prime. Is Spiritfarer on YouTube? I think it should be on the Dexterity Bonus channel. Like me playing it? Yeah, it should be. Wasn't that chair broken? This one? Sam's chair is the one that's fucked. Well, he's swapped to an old HyperX chair. HyperX chair? He swapped to a different chair. It's like destroying his back, though. Not all of it is up yet? Oh, okay. Where's my D&D patron that's just Aries and he gives me a gun? Oh, goodness. I want to make my boyfriend's engagement ring, but I don't know where to start in terms of smithing. If you look at, there's like a really common look for rings that's like hammered metal. And you can find classes that help you make like a hammered metal ring. Because the whole idea of it is that you can see like the hit points all over it. You can see where the hammer hit and it creates like a cool texture. So that's like a fairly achievable thing to go for. Harem Greek God High School AU D&D campaign. My kitty has eaten food on her own for the first time in more than 3 months. Here's hoping we can remove her feeding tube soon. My heart is so full. I'm sending chat all my love and my wishes that something amazing happens for you today. Oh, Kalira. I'm very happy for your kitty. I hope that they continue to get better. I watched the end of you playing Star Renegades last night. It looks potentially good, but like it needs a fair amount more polish. Would you advise getting it or waiting to see what they do with it? I'm having a blast with it. I still can't figure out how to see all of the information that I want to be able to see. So it's hard for me to tell, like, if it just doesn't show you some stuff. But yeah, as people are saying, it's on Game Pass. So you can get that Xbox or PC and try it out if you're interested. But I'm having a blast with it. I think it's super, super fun. Sometimes I pull at the like glue point on hair ties and they just and then I'm sitting there going, oh. So I was like messing around and like tugging on this and I heard like a little and that's why it's fine though. I'm sure it's fine. Do you guys also find folding laundry relaxing? I like folding laundry. I like folding laundry, and I'm trying to fold laundry with Clark more often, but Clark still at this point, even with as much as we can communicate, she still, if I'm making piles, she starts trying to put all of the piles together, and I'm like, hold on, honey. These are mommy shirts, these are daddy shirts, these are Clarky shirts, and we want to keep them separate so we can put all the Clarky clothes together and all the daddy clothes together and all the mommy clothes together. It makes it easier for mommy. And she listens to all of that and then just goes, and then just starts just fucking like just anything around. If there's a hamper nearby and I say, hey, honey, could you take these towels and put them in the hamper? For her, that pings like a put everything in the hamper, and she'll put the towels in and then just start chucking in socks and shirts and like everything. I'm like, wait. So yeah. What's your most interested section of science? Like, what part of science do I find the most interesting? When I was in school, the part that I liked the most was electronics. Making lights turn on and shit. I loved that. Again, a project in which they were like, sit at your desk, here's all of the bits you need, make it work. Yeah, exactly. That's what I loved as well. And then I got to, sorry, backtracking again. One of the projects that I had to do for what was called the Spring Dance Festival was light up suits. So there was an entire dance that was just people in like full body black outfits that had lights all over them, and they would like dance around, and it was super cool looking. But I had to get the lights working on these suits. It's the most soldering I've ever had to do in my life, but I miss it. It was very zen. It was super, super zen to just sit there and just like solder stuff together. Oh, I actually would love to do something like that again. But what sucked was when you got it all like set up and you thought it was working fine, and then you turned it on and half of the suit was bright and the rest of it was dim, and you were like, fuck. So it was also like a balance thing of like the batteries, depending on where the battery packs are, you have to make sure that they're like able to push out enough energy to all of the lights that they're attached to, like all of that shit. But that was very fun. Yeah. That's probably like from things that happened in a normal ass science class. The like electronic engineering stuff was the stuff I liked. Thank you, Roba. I hope you enjoy the game. It complies and is half broken. Yeah, so in that situation, it's like, I'm getting feedback that I messed up. I messed up somewhere. I think I drank it all. Oh, not quite. Oh, bitch, there was just a little bit left. I need to stop saying that. I keep saying that. I say that on Strange Roads all the fucking time. Basically, anytime Kelly does anything cool, I'm like, oh, bitch! And I always feel bad because, like, fortunately at this point now, Kelly and I have talked quite a bit. But, like, early on, I was like, I hope that this isn't coming across as aggro as it sounds. I'm just excited. Yeah. My sister was talking about, I called my sister and my parents, since they're all staying together. I called them to like get the updates on the farm and all that sort of stuff, and so they could see Clarky. And my sister was like, I just love that you had such a dainty, like, just naturally, like, very feminine kid. Like, it's she's like, it's just so funny to me that that's the kid you wound up with. And I was like, I know, but she's also fucking loud. And, like, on cue, she started just screaming at the top of her lungs and then, like, waiting for me to be like, what are you screaming about? So she would just sit there like, ah! I was like, see? She's desperate for attention, which is all me, to be honest. Kills me. So feminine. Yes, I love it. You can be aggressively feminine. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. But yeah, she's at the age now where I can, like, just basically open all of the drawers and be like, wear whatever you want. And she wants to wear dresses a lot, which is so funny to me because I've never been very comfortable in dresses. She loves them. Loves them. Do you ever watch your mouth around the little one? My sister drops the F-bomb all the time, and now the baby will walk around repeating the F word. Clark doesn't say a whole lot of them, but Sam recently, this is so funny to me. Sam recently, when I curse around her, is like, watch your mouth. I love that out of the two of us, Sam is the one that's concerned. I don't... I basically just say whatever. And Sam's like, you need to watch your mouth. You need to watch your mouth around her. She repeats stuff we say now. Like, you're right. But also, it hasn't happened yet. So. I know. Chat is so precious. Anytime Clark comes to say goodnight, if Sam says anything aggressive in front of her at all, everybody's like, Sam, your baby is right there. Or, like, if he's playing a game where people fight, people will be like, Clark should not be seeing this. This is a violent game. It's very wholesome. It's very cute. I know. The Protect Clark squad. How am I? I'm doing great. This is why Clark has nightmares about vampires. She woke up last night, which again, I think that she kept waking up last night because her tummy was hurting. That's what makes the most sense to me now that we've had this morning and it's been a shit show. But she kept waking up, and one of the times she woke up like screaming. So we both ran in there like, what's going on? And she was like, Watson is in my bed. And I was like, Watson isn't in your bed, honey. And she was like, Watson was taking my Bibbit. And I was like, Bibbit is a pacifier. Watson is taking my Bibbit. And I was like, she's not in here, honey. You're okay. You just had a bad dream. And it was so cute. I'm going to out him. It was so cute. Sam was like, do you want to tell me all about your day? Should we snuggle up and we'll talk about how, like, all of the fun things we did today? And she was like, okay. He was like, okay, say goodnight to mommy and we'll snuggle and you can tell me about your day until you fall asleep. And she was like, okay. And so I was like sent away and I was watching on the monitor. It was so cute. He's just like asking her all kinds of questions and she was just like, like just answering. It was fucking so cute. It was so cute, guys. Sweet. Was she mad at Watson? No. Sherlock came in when I woke her up this morning. Sherlock came in because, you know, depending on what his stomach is telling him, he thinks he's supposed to have eaten by 4 a.m. So, you know, by the time I'm waking up Clark, he's like, I've been starving for hours. I will leave. I don't have to stay here. So yeah, Clark woke up this morning, was not feeling well, right? Did a little yak. And I was like, oh no, we are not feeling good. And so we were just kind of like snuggling and Sherlock was aggressively just smashing his head into my leg over and over, like doing the like back and forth cat thing, but just so rough about it. Just like, just like bashing into me. And Clark was like, what is Sherlock doing? And I was like, I don't know. He's hungry. No, I think what I told her was because he kept meowing. And sometimes when Clark cries, Sherlock meows. So I was like, well, remember, sometimes Sherlock meows because he's worried about you. So it might be because you're feeling a little sick. He's just trying to make sure that you're okay. And she was like, I am okay, Sherlock. It's fucking cute. It's cute shit. We need to move on because otherwise I'll get swallowed up. I'll get swallowed up into this vibe of just like, let me tell you everything adorable about my child forever. My cat does that in the morning. Father, it's been many moons since my last meal. Yeah. She's very articulate. How old is she? She's almost 2.5. Very articulate. Yeah. I think I was telling you guys that we've been talking with like the daycare that we'd like to send her to eventually. And they were filling out stuff about her. And they were asking things like, does she talk yet? And we both just laughed. Like, yeah, she talks a lot. Yeah, she talks a lot. She doesn't really stop talking. Which is great. It makes a lot of things easier. What is your coffee today? It's just some Dodger coffee with some raw sugar in it. She even says I need to talk more. She does. Sam thought that was so funny. I need to talk more. That's what I'm saying. That's my kid. That's my kid. They asked what my coffee was. It's Dodger Coffee, which you can find at dodgercoffeeco.com. Do you think she'll get a British accent? Of course, yeah. I'm the only American that she's consistently going to be talking to. So there will be a few words that she says real weird. I know from her talking to enough English people at this point that her accent sounds weird. That currently her accent sounds a little borked. But it's great. I'm fine with that. And over time, she will sound very English and maybe have one or two words that she says in an American way. Clark will be a fine subject of the Queen. Yes. There are 2,000 of you in here right now. Thank you all very much. If you're new here, if you've never watched before, what's up? I hope you'll come back. Our community's very sweet. Don't fuck this up for me, chat. Community's very sweet. And we try to have good vibes here, so. We're evil. Chat, I swear to God. Even Sam make me think I might be able to be a parent one day, and then I remember that I can't even take care of myself. Sam used to have like little, while I was pregnant, he would have little meltdowns that were like that. Or he'd be like, I don't even know how to do taxes. How can I raise a kid? And I was like, you don't need to know how to do taxes to raise a kid. Those are not, like, one does not inform the other. What if Clark asks about taxes? Look, Nanny, my mother-in-law, Nanny does taxes for like half the family at this point. Not us, but she knows it inside and out. If Clark wants to know about taxes, we'll be like, you can stay with Nanny for a couple of days and learn all you need to know about taxes. Oh my God, Summer. I thought that I read Mommy, what's a 401j? And I was like, I don't know. Legitimately, I have no idea what a 401j is. I thought you were pulling out some like crazy shit on me. Oh, to be honest, my older brother had a kid this year. He was, to put it nicely, a mess. And now he's a dad and stuff, and he's doing great. They say generally, like, if you are the partner that is like holding the baby, right, who's done the transformer bit and turned into a baby machine, it is real for you way quicker, right? Because you literally are growing it. Like, you get attached super fast. You are aware that there is like a child. And for the other partner, it like varies wildly how quickly it like clicks for the other person typically. It can be the first ultrasound. It can be, you know, the first time they realize that there's like a kid growing in there, like, or it can be a couple weeks after it's born. So my sister had a baby. The baby squeaks in protest when it wants something. Our little nephew, who's like 6 months old now, our little nephew Nettie There's a video that we were sent the other day of him just like, he literally goes, wee! Wee! Like he makes the craziest fucking noise, but it's so cute. But yeah, I think for Sam it didn't click for a while. And that's normal, you know. He's ready to be a witch in the woods. He can join me. I still need a few years to work on it, though. I make the same noise when I'm getting out of bed. You goofballs. I can't wait to be a mountain hermit that scares away children. I don't need to live there full time. I just want to have the, like, creepy cottage in the woods available, you know? I just want that. Yeah, I want to be a part-time hermit. I think it's good for people to have a way to get away if they're of that personality type where it's like, I need to go, right? Like I need to be in the quiet. I need to be gone. I think it's good to have that option. Even if it's like, there's this specific Airbnb that I went to once and I really liked it, and maybe I'll save up and go back there again. Like just an option, you know? Are there any woods left in England? Oh, yeah. There are big protections for woodland areas. Arcadum Con. We all need to go to my family's creepy cottage in Michigan. Fuck yes. That sounds great. Yeah. People, there are... you can get like pockets of land and basically like make money off of them by not doing anything with them. So there are woodland areas that are protected and you're not allowed to do anything with them, but you can own them. So I've talked about this before because I 100% looked into it because I was like, Sam, we could just buy some woodlands and then I could like pitch a tent there whenever I want. And otherwise we just leave it alone, you know, for the ecosystem. So there's that. There's like national parks. But then there's also, if somebody, you know, is like a fucking descended from a duke from went forever ago and has like 3,000 acres somewhere. It kills me that that's still a thing. But like, if you're one of these families that just has gobs of land, up to a certain amount, I believe, a certain amount of acreage, you can say, I'm not doing anything with it. I'm letting the English ecosystem like do its thing. I'm specifically not touching it. And if you can prove that, it's like good on your taxes. So they try to encourage people as much as possible to just like leave shit alone. Did you use that voice, though? I use that voice often, so, like, probably. Line 86, thank you so much for the 3 years. I'm sorry I missed that. And Matt Life, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you very much. It's time to drink water, apparently. She blinked at me. No, we have not done a cheers. Hold on. Let me look at this. We've got some Valentines and shit. Elodie says, I wanted to share my happiness. My best friends asked me to be their daughter's godmother. I'm so happy and honored that they chose me. This baby girl gonna get spoiled rotten. Congratulations. That sweet message from Summer earlier. Thank you, bud. Snizzy said, hey, chat, I can't stay for long. I have a busy day, but I hope everyone's having a lovely Saturday morning. I hope anyone who has recently moved out is doing well. I know this is about the time people would move out for college and stuff. I'm sure you'll get along just fine. If you're struggling with it, take your time. You'll get it soon. Love y'all, chat. Mighty Deacon says, happy National Video Game Day. I had no idea. Kalira says, my kitty has eaten food on her own for the first time in more than 3 months. That message. Very happy for your kitty. Southern Vices says, to my new baby, born Thursday morning. He gave us a rough time, but I'm happy to finally get to meet him. And to Doogs and the SMD chat for the lovely way to start my morning. Oh, congratulations. Oh, very exciting. And Patience says, to my 1-year-old niece, you make me realize that I don't hate kids as much as I thought I did. Also, I need a recommendation for her birthday gift. Oh, for 1 year birthday? Let's see. What did I get Clark for 1 year? Clark was very into books. She got a lot of books. She got blocks for her 1 year. Clark has always been really into building stuff. So we've leaned into that on gifts a lot. She has lots of different options for building things. So I don't know if your niece has shown any interest in building stuff, but a set of blocks goes a long way. That's evergreen. How long before she's allowed Legos? She currently can play with Duplo and Mega Blocks, which are basically just big Lego. So, she can have Lego. I don't think that she would do well like pulling them apart and putting them together. So, yeah, honestly, Clark still loves some of her sensory stuff as well. She got like a little like sensory book where the pages all crinkle and there's like flaps and stuff. She still looks at those sometimes. Knit her a hat that is not too small. I have done that. Lego is 4 years. That makes sense. Posture check. Ugh. 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 How did you come up with the name Clark? We were watching that show, The 100, and the main girl is named Clark. And we were like, that's sick. That's a really cute name. And then we put it on the board when I got pregnant, and then it's the only name that Sam liked by the time I had a child. It's gotten to the point now, though, that if I see Clark without an E at the end, I think it's spelled wrong. So when I see Clark the normal way, which is with no E, when I see the name Clark, I'm like, oh, there's no E at the end. Like it's wrong. Sam always likes to make sure that I add on the caveat of, no, she's not named after the girl from the 100. We just got the idea for the name from the girl from the 100. It is pirate time today. I get to be my other mopey boy. I can't believe I'm like sitting around being like, man, you know what I can just never get into? Tsunderes. And then I just made 2 of them. Just back to back. Fabio's been a very good, my God Forged character, which is the show we do on Sundays. Fabia has been a really good palate cleanser for me. I'm so glad that she's between those games. Fabia's the shit. I love her. Thank you. It's very fun being Fabia. Yeah, these are all D&D characters. Fabia is there's a homebrew class or a homebrew race called Lago, and they're rabbit people. So Fabia is a rabbit person. She's a rogue, arcane trickster rogue. Imagine hating harem animes and your character gets a constant harem. I also hate harem anime. Yeah. What happened to us, Summer? A Vera? No. Vera would be like a hot person with bunny ears. That is not what I am. I am a full-on fursuit bunny person. Yeah, she's great though. She's the one that I'm drawing in my on the tablet currently. Zacharoo! What a great name. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you very much. I admire you keeping up with multiple D&D games at once. My mind is mush with one game. I like rejected. I didn't want to do any games for a really long time after I had Clark because it just felt like too much for me. And then, yeah, we did our offline games and they were so fun. And then Sam was like, hey, Arcadum's putting together another game. You should do it. He's like one of the best DMs I've ever played with. And I was like, okay. And then it just snowballed. Arcadum is awesome. It's lovely. Just genuinely adores D&D and being a dungeon master and all of that. I have a friend currently in 6 games. I can't imagine. Zacharoo, thank you very much for the gifted subs as well. Goodness gracious. If you were gifted a sub, be sure to say thank you. Have you become a dice goblin yet? I used to be. I used to have an insane number of dice, and then I gave them away to people. In much the same way as when I talk about manga. Like, if I'm not reading the manga, if it's just sitting on the shelf just to look pretty and give people the impression that I like manga, which is a correct impression, but like if that's what it's there for, then why not give it to people who actually want to read it? It's the same with the dice. It's like, I like having all of these dice because then if somebody's like, man, I could really use some dice, I can be that dickhead who's like, oh, like from this, and just pull out like a fucking treasure trove of dice. And eventually I was like, I don't use any of these. I don't use them. I have my one set of dice that I bring to my in-person games, and then the rest of them don't get used. So I kept like 3 sets of dice, I think. And then the rest of them I just gave to people. I'm feeling called out. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just mentally for me, again, as a pack rat, as a really bad pack rat, trying to get myself into a place where it's like, I need to get rid of things, right? How do you feel about handmade dice? I think that it's really difficult to get them balanced correctly. I think that's the hard part about making dice yourself. So I think it's super cool when people make dice themselves. I always wonder if they're balanced properly, but bubbles and things can mess with that depending on what you make them out of. How's your mug collection nowadays? I wish that there was a clip. I wish there was a clip. There probably is. The other day I was like, yeah, I've got like 13 mugs. And then I went, wait, no, I have 14 mugs. I have 15 mugs. Wait, and then I bought this one. I have 16 mugs. I was trying to recall because I brought 12 with me when we moved. And I was like, but I've only bought like a couple. So I think I only have like 14 mugs. And then I kept realizing like, wait, no, and I also have this mug. Fuck, and I also have this mug. So this is still the last mug that I bought. I don't have any new mugs after this one. At least you removed the one that was sitting behind you. The one that was here, becoming a mold factory. It was only there for like a day or so. We have like 30 and we use the same ones every day. It drives me nuts. Is there a reason you don't want to use the other ones? I love using a different mug every day. Oh my God, I bought a mug for my mom. It's one of those thermal color changing mugs. When it gets hot, it's black and reveals the Skyrim intro. Hey you, you're finally awake. That's actually so good. Oh my God. Where did you get that? I hope Octo's asleep. That would be an incredible mug for Octo. He loves that goof. I use the same mug every day because I pick favorites. At least you're honest. It's too bad the dishwasher ruins those. I mean, it's not hard to hand wash a mug, to be fair. But I'm lazy. That's fair. I was able to finish a really big group drawing for a LARP animatic. Sick. Do you only do just chatting? No. On Saturdays we just hang out and chat. But the rest of the week, beginning of the stream is usually a little bit of chat and then gaming. There's a mug. I haven't been able to find it, and I'm positive I brought it with me. Did it break? Is that one of the ones that broke? So two of my mugs broke in transit. Oh my God. That means my number's less. In the end, I only have 10 mugs that made it. So my isn't that high. Get fucked, chat. Okay. One of my mugs was a wedding gift from Miss Random Badger, who is a mod here and a lovely real life friend. And it was a cat going like this, with shades on, and it was dope. And it broke in transit. Shit, Dodger, now you have to go out and buy some. No. Now I need to just, like, settle in and be like, yeah, I've got some wiggle room. I'm okay. Do you have any favorites of my mugs? I mean, the ones that I brought were my favorites. The rest of them I gave to people. So the ones that I wound up bringing, I would say were, like, the ones that I was attached to the most, for one reason or another. Is it hard to get great coffee in England? You can absolutely get great coffee in England. The problem is that England has a very strong instant coffee culture. So if you go to like a supermarket and you're like, I'm going to go get me some coffee, it's like a few bags of pre-ground coffee most of the time, and then a wall of instant coffee. It's insanity. I figured out where to get the like whole bean coffee, but there isn't much of it. It is slim ass pickings. Slim ass. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, it's very fun. We played it. We played more of Star Renegades last night. I haven't been able to beat the third world yet, but considering that I've only done, what, 4 runs? I think 4 runs total. Not bad. Yeah, I'm using the Procreate app in the iPad, which I didn't realize that there was a speed paint button in Procreate. It is wild watching yourself draw a thing. Like, wow, I redid that hand a lot. What happened to your eyebrow? I shaved it. Yeah, Procreate's great. Procreate is very fun. It's 3:30. I don't hear anything downstairs, which is making me think that Sam is still asleep, and maybe Clark is still asleep. But I'm just gonna check and make sure that Clark isn't awake and Sam is still asleep. So this is a perfect time for us to take a little break. Go pee or grab water or whatever you want to do. Come back and chat a little bit more. Saturdays normally aren't a super long stream, but yeah, just take the opportunity, chat. Do what you gotta do. I'll be right back. Side note, all of the music today has been by Kubbi, Kubbi. Kubbi's been around forever. Also, fun fact, they made my old gaming news intro song. One of them, which was very cool. Yeah, Kubbi's great. Avi, thank you so much for all the gifted subs. If you were gifted a sub by Avi just now, be sure you take the time to say thank you. Another Avi Lanch. I've had the Sayu song from No Straight Roads stuck in my head for days. So there's also that. Sam is awake. Clarky is asleep. But again, because she was not feeling well this morning, just kind of letting her sleep. No Straight Roads was good. It is very strong aesthetically. The music is great. I would say that mechanically is where it's the weakest, but I still really enjoyed it. So, yeah. But yeah, the vibe of it was great. And it was a very achievable length of game as well. G Berkey, thank you very much for converting your Prime sub. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's sunny here. Not too hot. Sun's out, guns out, etc. It also has DK West, and he's the best. Yeah, the shirt is from GameTee. GameTee. GameTee.co.uk. DK West. He's our man, he's the best. C'est le best. What's your favorite fight from No Straight Roads? I didn't feel mechanically like any of the fights were like a lot of fun to do, if that makes sense. I was trying to explain to Octo, I was trying to like work through what it was about actually playing the game that was weird. I think it's because like when you're attacking in that game, it's not in line with the music, but the enemies are in line with the music, right? So there's like an asynchronous element to it, even though part of the game is in rhythm. The rest of the game isn't necessarily. So none of the fights felt like, oh, I really got that, you know? And like none of them felt like I ended them going, oh yeah. By the end of that, I was like crushing it. You know, it never really felt like I totally got any of them. But can we do the cheers I redeemed before I have to go? Yes, absolutely. Sorry. Yes, we can. King's Warrior redeemed our cheers today. So let's do it. If you've got a Dwink, a Beverly, please grab it. We'll do a little cheers together. The game overs were very forgiving. They were, thank goodness. It's like, do you want a lower score and just keep playing? Yes. Yes, thank you. I would love that. Yeah, you felt like you were breaking the game's rhythm. Totally. It didn't feel like you were part of the world. So, yeah, it was just a little strange doing all of the fights, but the music was great, so can't complain too much. Guys, I'm shamefully holding my Jack in the Box coffee. No shame. No shame. You're eating. That's great. Thank you all for being here. We've had like over 2K people in here for a while. That's amazing. Thank you guys. I hope that you're all having an amazing day. If you are, spread some of that joy. If you're having a bad day and you wound up here, I hope this has been a pleasant part of it. And I hope that you can soak up some of the joy that you might find in chat and have a better day after this. Yeah, Saturdays are always fun. You just get to hang out and tell stories and whatever else. Those of you who have been here forever and have heard my same stories like 18,000 times, I appreciate you so much. And any of you who are here that are brand new, that have never heard these stories before, thank you for sticking around. I'm so glad that you're enjoying yourself. Let's all have a good rest of the stream and take care. 3, 2, 1. Cheers. Boop. I'm dead and loving it, apparently. Thank you, King's Warrior. I'm sorry that I put that off for so long. Hillary Draws also says, thanks to listening to this chat, I was able to finish a really big group drawing. Oh, right. For the LARP animatic. Yeah, which is awesome. Why is this wet? What happened? What the hell? Why are you wet? Nobody say that's what he said or that's what she said or any of that shit. Hold it in, chat. I need to take my mouse apart. Oh. I was more pure than that. With September, do you still get the same revenue? Yes, I believe so. So, subs are cheaper? Question mark. I actually don't know how September works. I should know. I should look it up. First time subs are cheaper. Ah, that's probably why so many people are converting their subs right now. Tatters converted to a paid sub. Thank you very much. 20% off for a new subscriber. Oh, amazing. Thank you guys. Gotcha. Great. Well, thank you all very much. LNL Covers, thank you very much for the gifted subs as well. If you were gifted a sub just now, be sure to take the time to say thank you. Or if you were gifted a sub at all during the stream, make sure you find out who it was and say thanks, because it's very, very generous. I'm hungry for a sandwich. Yeah, I could get down on a sandwich. Okay, this frickin' the ha-ha cat. I realize that it's the bongo cat with like a thing in front of it, right? I cannot be the only person who every time at first thinks that the thing in front is a red nose with a smile and that the bongo cat eyes are the eyes. Right? Am I the only person that sees that? It does look like a mouth. Thank God. Yes, I thought I was the only one. I'm so glad. It took me a while to realize, like, oh, that's a bongo cat thing. I see. It's scary. Yeah, it looks like a weird clown dog thing. But it's not. It's bongo cat with a pastry, apparently. I could be in a Crest commercial. That's very sweet. I don't think so. What is that? Crest is a brand of toothpaste. So they were saying that my smile is nice enough I could be in a toothpaste commercial. And I said, I don't think so, because I know lots of people who have whitened teeth, like the blinding white teeth that you would actually have to be in a toothpaste commercial. I did whitening once. It hurts your teeth. I saw like a video where somebody was like, my dentist told me what the one of you probably knows what it is. My dentist told me what the like primary ingredient is in whitening stuff, so I just bought that, and it was way cheaper, and I'm just like putting it on my teeth every day to see what happens. And they were like, wow, it worked really fast, but my teeth hurt. I don't remember what the ingredient was. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't whiten my teeth, so I have no idea. Really white teeth remind me of Ross and that Friends ep. Yeah. That episode is weird. Because everybody's like, oh, your teeth are so strange looking. And I'm like, they're fine. They're fine. It's just weird. It was a weird episode. That's my problem too. I already have very sensitive teeth. Every part of me is too sensitive. I can't wear most jewelry. My skin breaks out over weird shit. My teeth hurt. So I'm just not going to mess with it, you know? I'm just soft. It's true. One of these days, I'm going to get that tattoo. It just says soft. Fun fact, most teeth are naturally some shade of yellow. That's why when you get fangs, you're told to have them soak in tea for a little bit. To just slightly discolor them. Yeah. You know, if you're like, I'm going to go as a vampire to this thing, but I need fake fangs. Or if you're like, I am a vampire enthusiast, and so I have paid hundreds of dollars in order to get really good fangs. Those ones I'm pretty sure come pre-colored. But like, if you needed to change the color of them to have them match your teeth, you can do things like put them in tea for a little bit. I have naturally pointy fangs. I wish. This is like Sam having elf ears. It's not fair. But you know, what can you do? My mom said gators are angry because they have all them teeth and no toothbrush. Good. I have vamp fangs too, but I feel weird about them. I'm not going to say don't feel weird about them because that doesn't help anything. But I will tell you that I was always jealous of the kids who had like sharp canines. But again, I was a theater kid, so I was like, God, that's so cool. Man, I wish I had the naturally pointy ears and the naturally, like, sharp fangs. That would be sick as hell. File the fangs down? Why? Yeah, I saw a kid I made a joke because I saw a kid the other day that had ears like Sam's, and I was like, oh my God, he's got the pointy ear. Sam. Sam. Are there little Sams running around that I don't know about? For those of you who don't know, his ears naturally have a fold in them. So they naturally like fold like this. So I saw a kid that had a natural fold in their ear, and I was like, oh, a child! There's a child in the store with an ear. No, Clark doesn't have them. But it's just funny. I had never seen anybody with ears like that until Sam. I don't like preoccupy myself with staring at people's ears typically. I used to when I was younger because I wanted like itty bitty ears so I could have the like really short, cute like pixie hair and not have my ears just like, hello. But, so I used to stare at people's ears all the time. I don't do it anymore. But it wasn't until I met Sam and saw his ears that I was like, holy shit, some people naturally have that fold that like people go get surgery for, right? And then I saw a child with it, and I was like, there's another one. Right? I know that people with tiny ears aren't the only people that can pull off a pixie cut, but when I was younger, I definitely felt that way. It's like, God damn it, I just want like super duper short hair. But my ears stick out too much. I've decided it doesn't work. Since then, I have tried the super duper short hair. And at the time, at least, I did not like it on me. What can you do? But I really want to cut my hair again. I'm over this. I'm over this. It's grown so much since I moved. It was like this short when I moved. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. I'm over it. Have you been watching any new shows lately? We realized that we hadn't finished What We Do in the Shadows. The newest What We Do in the Shadows. So we've been working our way through those. New shows, though? Not really. Oh, yeah. Season 2 of The Boys we haven't watched yet. I haven't watched more Owl House. I watched like the first 4 episodes or something. Yeah, people always suggest that. People always suggest the like shaved bit. I love that look. But I have very, very thin hair and I don't want to give it up. Like I need as much thickness as I can get. So as much as I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to shave a big chunk of my head, I'm giving up a lot of hair to do that. So I will observe it from afar and be like, that's very cute. Umbrella Academy is great. Second season of Umbrella Academy was great. And I want season 3 now. So I've just been sating myself by looking at fan art, which fortunately this show has created tons of Umbrella Academy fan art. When it was just a graphic novel, there was nothing. And now, an embarrassment of riches. I love all the fan art you've been retweeting. Yeah. I get into a hole. If one person retweets a thing, like fan art of something, and I'm like, I love this, I'll just like go to that person's page and just like deep dive. How was talking with your mother-in-law about Umbrella Academy? It was great. Yeah. Yeah, we were both just like, man, we need season 3. Also, she's a woman of culture and was like, 5 is the best character. And I was like, yeah, obviously. Obviously 5 is the best character. Arcadum! How are you, bud? Oh, thank you so much, dude. If you were gifted a sub by the Dungeon Master, be sure to say thank you. You just woke up. Nice. So did Sam, I think. That's not how you pronounce Klaus. Klaus is also a fantastic character. I love them all. 5 is definitely my favorite. Specifically because I don't remember reading the comics and being like 5 is the best. But the kid that plays 5 in the show is so good at the old man trapped in a kid's body thing. I love it. The guy who plays Klaus is actually Irish. What? I did not know that. What? As someone who doesn't know anything about Umbrella Academy, is this character a little shit? Yeah, 100%. If any of you watch Misdemeanor, 5 is a touchstone character for me when playing Alis. Oh, that's right. Oh my god, it's the same guy from Misfits. What the fuck? I just put that together. He was so much younger in Misfits, obviously. There's a big time gap there. Holy shit! That just connected for me. I didn't realize they were the same person. Oh my god. That's wild. That's wild. I did not realize. Yeah, the guy that plays Nathan. Nathan, right? In Misfits? Plays one of the kids. One of the kids in Umbrella Academy. One of the siblings. The whole world is different now, right? I'm logging off. I can't go beyond this. Yeah, I keep wondering what's going to happen with this. This has to be a common problem with, in the scope of the show, this character has not aged this much, but the actor is going to continue aging. And I'm like, eventually, this kid that's playing 5 is not going to look the same age anymore, right? Like, even from season 1 to season 2, he looked a little older, right? But still, like, I think sold it very well. It wasn't, like, extremely obvious, but I still have no idea what Umbrella Academy is about. That's okay. I would say just watch it. It's very fun. Shouldn't he be aging in the show, too? With the amount of time that's gone by in season 1 and season 2... It's a show about family. Yeah, it's a show about family. Season 1 and 2 take place within 2 weeks. Yeah. That's true. If you just follow 5's timeline, it's like less than 2 weeks, I think. It makes me want to rewatch it from the start. I don't know why. Yeah, don't spoil stuff for it. Don't spoil stuff for it, guys. No spoilsies for the show, but yeah. Ellen Page never seems to age. That's true. Ellen Page has been the same age for years. I watched it having zero idea what it was about, and now I'm a huge fan. There you go. Yeah, Sam has never heard of Umbrella Academy before, and I keep being like, he might like it. It's got good action sequences in it. Sam's a simple man. He just wants to see people punch each other and have it be cool. I looked away from chat. I only just started it last night. Yeah, no spoilsies. No spoilsies. The comics are good. I only have the first and second one. All right. It's past 4 here now. Should probably... Is it superhero related like The Boys? Yeah, it's kind of like that. Hold on. Let's see. Oopsies. Thank you so much to Nick Sarian, Shea Sarah, Antiphis, Dreaming Nova for reminding people to drink some water. I'm going to do it so now. We're opening up the raid leader. And I'm going to read off everything that's happened so far today. Thank you all very much. Again, we have Misdemeanor tonight. If you would like to watch a D&D show about pirates. I play a little shit who's partially based on 5. Just to bring it all back to that conversation. So, Goatee and Glasses, thank you for the 43 months. My head is really big for the 43 as well. Elf Twitch for the 10. PG Wipeout for the 34. Salty Mike for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Just is in. Thank you for the 7. Avaic, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Torgrick for the 47. Stoob for the 76. Stetchy Box for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Empty Noise for the 37. Thunderbear for the 2. Necromancer for the 23. Call Me Trim Tab for the 1 year happy anniversary. Golden Mooster for the 22. Tristram, thank you for all of the biddies. Bitfail for the 34. and for Destruction for the 16. Sporeza for the 6. Malthazar for the 7. Tyrell Stratus for the 38. Assert Failure for the 76. And Puster for the 10. Superbread for the 2 years happy anniversary. Pyro Wolf, thank you for the 14. Naya Redox, thank you for the 4. Shiren for the 59. Off Color for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Baby Bird's Nest for the 2. Jeremiah Von Pringleton, thank you for the biddies. Garen for the 32. Phoenix Rising for the 58. Rafid for the 43. I Am Not 2D for the 71. Salinas for the 5. Megrauko for the 3. J Money for the 25. Otundra for the 52. Krendall for the 76. Line for the 36. Happy 3 years. Thank you so much. Matt Liff, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Voldemort, thank you for the 2. Thorson for the 32. Yaz Paints for the 19. Quick Draw Kid for the 37. Zacharu, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. And thank you so much for all of the gifted subs as well. I appreciate it. Oh, Captain, my Captain, thank you for the 17. Contact Center Girl for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Avi, thank you again for all of those gifted subs. Kissika for the 6. Good Bloke Ones for the 63. Sergio for the 2. LNL Covers, thank you for gifting subs. I appreciate it. Froninja Sam, thank you for the 45. Mikai for the 47. Bauer Power for the 15. Mario Gets Up for the 23. Swashbuckling Sapphic, thank you for gifting a sub. Miroth, I love your name, by the way. Miroth, thank you for the 40 years. Happy anniversary. Stuart Senpai, thank you for the 6. Alaska Winter for the 14. Arcadum, thank you again for all of the gifted subs and for swinging by, bud. Overjoyed, thank you for the 67. Thract for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. GK Gamer Fan for the 3 years. Happy anniversary. Kalira for the 37. Oh Cool Starks, thank you very much for the gifted subs just now. I appreciate it. And Ryzen Sama for the 72. Thank you all very much. If you were gifted a sub, We had lots of gifted subs today. If you were gifted a sub, please take the time to find out who it was. Tell them thank you. It's very generous. I appreciate all of that support in chat. Oh, Mr. Rebecca is streaming. Absolutely. I would love to send you all over to them. So, bam. We're going to go say hi to Mr. Rebecca. Probably doing art, if I was going to guess. Stupid ID has recommended them. So, there you go. Go say hi, spread love, spread joy. If you're around for Misdemeanor, I'll see you for that. Otherwise, we're doing Manga Pod tomorrow as well as Godforged. And take care. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks so much.